We're in the big island of Hawaii. Down there is the limited Toyota Tacoma, the redesigned 4th gen. But this is the king of them all. So let's get into the Trailhunter, the first ever from Toyota. It's all about the suspension. We have Old Man Emo shocks in here. We have these fancy bump stops in here as well. Now, gone is the leaf springs, of course. Now we have a coil spring rear suspension here. And look at these amazing bronze wheels that complement this bronze oxide paint color so well. Now, Toyota's done a great job not only partnering with Old Man Emo, but also ARB and Rigid, as we'll find out here in a little bit. So we essentially have factory installed aftermarket pieces here, but it's even better that because I feel like Toyota's probably been working with them closely behind the scenes to make all of their products straight out of the factory fit absolutely perfectly. And so we have this metal ARB board back here, no plastic rear bumper, and we have these ARB hooks. Notice hooks, guys, lots of them compared to the Tundra, right? We have the iForce Max powertrain. I can't show you underneath the hood here, but it does come with the snorkel. Here is that Trailhunter badge. I wouldn't be surprised if you see it on the Tundra, the Sequoia one day, maybe even some other trucks, maybe the Land Cruiser if they ever want to bring it back to America. Let's fold this down. You can either push the button underneath the traditional latch or a button on each side of the rear tail lights. Here we have a compressor for your overlanding experiences, so you can repump up those wheels after you've hit the trail. We have 2400 watt power inverter here. We have a nice long bed on this Trailhunter with those ute bars that you can tie tires to and whatnot. And just this gentle press up of this lift gate automatically folds it up. We've got to be careful with these volcanic rocks. We have this beautiful running boards underneath, and the lift on this is quite impressive. I don't know if I have the numbers for the lift, but it definitely is a lot higher than the Limited I was just spending time with over there. Just gotta love the detail. Even on the top control arm here, we have that Trailhunter as well as the badge, and it's not just a sticker, it's actually etched in. So very well done by Toyota for all the little details here on the Trailhunter. iForce Max powertrain. We have a 2.4 liter turbocharged engine with 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. Made it to an 8-speed auto. You can get it without the hybrid, not of course in this Trailhunter, but in the lower trims you can get it without the hybrid. And you can also get a new 6-speed manual that's been completely redesigned from the ground up that I showed you up on that bluish purple truck up there. That's the TRD Sport. But we have these rigid lights, look awesome. Something that Toyota's been, or a company that Toyota's been working with for a long time on their TRD Pro models. And then we also have this skid plate here at the bottom, which looks great with that Trailhunter logo built in underneath. Does it look as great as the TRD Pro skid plate? Probably not. Gotta love the paint match Toyota Heritage logo here with that LED light strip in front as well. There's that snorkel around the left and that other ARB rack up top, looking great with that Toyota logo. Looks absolutely amazing. Let's get in the back seat. Actually, let's get in the front seat because this seat for some reason is super far back. I won't be able to get in the back seat if that is all the way back because it is pretty cramped back here. And luckily there is a bar. And this is a unique trim. So we have this gray mixed with this gold stitching and this very unique trim here that looks kind of like granite, almost like a stainless steel. Or even concrete. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is, but it looks great. Here's that combination of gray and gold. So we get inside with these leather seats. They could be Softex as well. I'm not 100% sure. I'll fact check myself. But we have 2 USBs back here. Here's that 2400 watt power inverter for your household plug-in. Only map pocket is on the passenger side. These seats honestly look, I'm not going to say Lexus quality, but they look like Lexus design. So that's something that is going to be maybe familiar in here if you sit in these seats. Headroom. Yeah, there's a little bubble back here that actually have a decent amount of headroom, but not a lot of leg room. So let's go ahead and get in the front seat and let's see if I can fire it on. There it goes, fires on. You can see the max gauge that lets you know the battery capacity, or should I say the state of charge. You have your pitch and yaw / off-roading degrees here, which looks pretty cool. Here's that granite concrete trim that looks great with the Toyota logo there as well. Hard touch dash across. Unfortunately, there's that JBL sound system with the ejectable. This one might not be working. Yep, I don't think this one's working. Again, early pre-production. Rear view mirror is working. And I don't know if I mentioned that beautiful Trailhunter badge here on the front door as well. You can control the light bar from in here, as well as the fog lights, the bed light, your auxiliary inputs, AC 120. You have the optional 14-inch screen here, which is standard here on this grade. You have the extremely functional rotary dials here for climate control. Really appreciate that, as well as ventilated and heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Now, the shifter in here is pretty basic, and I don't know if this is going to carry over to production. This is the same shifter that I saw over on the Limited, but the shifter in the TRD Pro is just on another level compared to this. Inside here we have a safe like I've seen in other Limited and TRD Pro models. Here is your drive mode control or downhill assist control or crawl mode, as well as four high. You can see it's right now in 4 low, but 4 high and 2 high. You have an electronic parking brake and a brake hold in here finally. That's nice for stop and go traffic. 360 camera, you have a sway bar disconnect, rear locking differential of course on here as well. You also have a head-up display on this model. It does look next generation compared to, let's say, the Sequoia head-up display that I tested out a couple of weeks ago, but stay tuned. Can't tell you 100% for sure before I start driving it, for example, but it does look like the same generation that is in the Lexus RX and NX, for example. You can see the peahen over there. I haven't seen any peacocks, a lot of peahens on this volcanic mountain here in Hawaii. But signing out from this amazing experience, I want to thank Toyota for bringing me out here so I can show you guys these awesome pickup trucks, as well as drive the all-new Toyota Grand Highlander. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Make sure to watch all my videos on the Tacoma, like that one down there, the Limited, as well as the TRD Pro and the manual transmission TRD Sport up there at the top of the hill. Thank you guys. Have a great day and peace. Just wanted to clear up a few housekeeping items before I sign you out with some delicious B-roll on the Trailhunter. So the Old Man Ebu shocks are 2.5 inches. They're forged monotube position sensitive shocks with rear piggyback style remote reservoirs. We have the electronic rear locking diff here. Interestingly, the Limited and the iForce Max trim has 4x 4-wheel drive with a center differential lock. Not sure why that trim level got that distinction compared to the TRD models. There's got to be a reason for it. We have the front stabilizer bar disconnect here as well, just like we have on the TRD Off-Road. I think it's an option on the TRD Off-Road, and it is standard also on the TRD Pro. So the skid plate is not just the front one that we saw with that cool Trailhunter like etched into it. We also have one underneath the transmission and rear differential. Now, not only does the TRD Pro have 33-inch Goodyear Territory RT tires, we see that treatment here in the Trailhunter as well. The rigid foggies are switchable from white to amber, which is a cool take. The Trailhunter has that snorkel, which looks to be standard, which is freaking awesome. You have frame-mounted rock rails. So the ones you saw, which are kind of like replacing, if you looked at the Limited video, which had like the retractable running boards, these frame mounted rock rails come standard as well. That's great. ARB steel rear bumper with red recovery hooks, just like we saw on the TRD Pro model. The Ute bars that I mentioned in the back look to be standard, but you will have to pay more for the full bed length ones. Trailhunter signature LED headlamps. Yes, and then on the headlamp itself, it says Trailhunter. The TRD Pro, it says TRD Pro. And then the Limited will say Tacoma. Auxiliary DC switches, 2400 AC inverters, the first ever for a Toyota vehicle. All their other hybrids in the past, the most they offered was 1500 watts. But this is a massive step up from the Tundra, and I think the Tundra is like 400 watts of AC power, which is unacceptable for a hybrid. Now, I mentioned the air compressor in the bed, but there's also 12-volt DC and USB charging ports back there as well. The head-up display is standard. Heated and cooled front seats is standard, as well as the JBL audio system. So it's great to see that standard equipment, and it better be standard because I bet this thing is going to cost maybe an arm and a leg out there for most people. But I'll sign you guys out with some delicious B-roll of the Trailhunter. This thing is out of this world, and I'm so excited to drive them later this year. So definitely make sure you're subscribed. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. I'll catch you in the next one. Signing out from Hawaii. This is actually my last morning here. It's a bit bittersweet. I'm dying to see my family, my little kiddos, my wife. But it has been a fantastic experience here on the Big Island. All right, guys. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate you. Have a good day.